Hello, my name is Prime, and welcome back to ATS Showcases. And today we're going to be hauling this John Deere 9RT from here in Amarillo, Texas, and we're going to head down to Roswell, New Mexico. We're going to go through Clovis today on some more side roads, shall we say, or I guess some highway as well, but I think it's going to be very, very neat indeed. But we are using a variety of mods today, starting with the cargo. So I'm using the SES Software Lowboy Cargo Pack that you can get on the Steam Workshop. It is a fantastic mod that brings in a bunch of cargoes, including a bunch of John Deere farm equipment. So I'm using the 9RT version today, a very big tractor indeed. And of course, the elephant in the room here as well, the beautiful Kenworth T600 mod, once again, a Steam Workshop mod that I have covered in the past. So I highly recommend you check out that video. I'll try to have it linked up in the cards above. I am also using the True FOV mod for the mirrors of this truck. And then to power this T600, I'm using a beautiful Slav Jerry Cat C15 engine mod. All of those mods will be linked down in the description below, so I highly recommend you check them out. Without further ado, let's get this T600 started up and get on the road. Beautiful stuff indeed. Let's go ahead and get in the inside of this Kenworth T680. So hopefully everyone's doing well. I certainly am. It is fantastic to be back here in ATS, of course, and driving a beautiful truck mod indeed, and also doing something different with the cargo. I really wanted to get some different cargo mods in here as well. They are very, very popular, and in fact, this Lowboy cargo mod is very popular indeed, so definitely recommend it if you are into various Lowboy cargos. As far as I know, it also slightly modifies the SES Software Lowboy as well. I believe there's some different kind of mud flaps and texture to it ever so slightly, so do recommend checking out that mod as well, or that part of the mod is also a nice thing to have. Obviously, I had to pair this truck mod with an engine mod. Well, I actually have to go left here, not right, which would be a good start to actually go the correct direction. I wanted to pair this mod, or with this truck mod, with a beautiful engine mod, and well, the Cat C15 is a classic. Obviously, I've done this particular mod a couple times in the past as well, so I'll try to have the original video, plus then, if I remember, some of the other ones linked once again in the cards above. Kind of combining a bunch of mods that I've done before, with a brand new one that I haven't done, that being the cargo mod. So overall, a very mod-packed video, something a little bit different, honestly. Not normally too many mods included within a single video on my front, but I think it's still very nice to have. And I actually have to make sure I'm staying in my lane because the tractor is a little bit wide. In all honesty, I did not anticipate it going over the widths too much of the trailer. I should have actually put a little hindsight 2020. I probably should have put the whole, oversized low banner at very least on the rear of the trailer. However, I did not. So hopefully we do not get stopped by the DMV, because they may not be too appreciative of that one. We got a train coming through. Oh, there it is. It happened to look the right direction. Well, that's fantastic as well. Lots of stuff happening here, of course, around the channel. I've been very busy working on stuff behind the scenes. I apologize. I said that there was going to be a little bit more consistency, and I believe that there is to a certain degree, but also I've had some other things happen that have caused a little bit of hiccup there, but we are still getting episodes out. I'm still being able to do something which I'm just happy about. I'm not trying to force anything, of course. I do this because I enjoy it, and thank you there, train. Putting the horn all the way through, as they do. Beautiful little livery on that train, may I say. Very nice indeed. But no, it's been pretty busy around here, so obviously some uploads have been kind of impacted, shall I say. But we're here, that's all that matters, and hopefully you all are enjoying this video, or at least whenever this video may find you, hopefully you are doing well at the very least. So I'm back down here in Texas, obviously, starting, and then we're going down into New Mexico, a state I haven't been into for quite some time now, I do believe. It's been a hot minute since I've been to New Mexico, so I figured, you know what, it's it's a good little route from here in Amarillo. We're going to head down to Roswell today. Kind of goes through Clovis, as I mentioned earlier. So it's going to be a very, very good delivery, I think. And we're going to get a little bit of highway here, obviously, as we get onto, or we're approaching the interchange, I believe the 27, according to the sign. And then, obviously, we'll get off of that around Clovis, I do believe, is where the more highway ends. And then should be a little bit more side road-esque, which will be fantastic indeed. Now, when I was trying to configure this truck, I was trying to decide what color am I going to do. And there's plenty of great colors that come stock with the truck. Obviously, then you can do all your custom colors as well, so there's plenty of options there, but I decided to stick with black, the good old kind of almost a metallic-y black, I guess. Oh, actually, we're going off this way anyways, so we might as well stay in this lane. There's plenty of great color options, and well, black just fits this truck so well, and I haven't actually done a full black truck in a little bit. Obviously, I have the chrome wheels, kind of a classic, I guess, around here on the channel. I generally stick with the dynamic chrome wheels. That is kind of like my bread and butter rim of choice. So say what you want about that, but honestly, it looks really good in my opinion. And yes, pairing it with a beautiful engine mod, I was trying to decide what engine mod to pair it with, whether it's a Cat, a Cummins, or even a PACCAR engine sound, but I decided to go with the Cat engines. Obviously, the mod has, as far as I know, kind of slightly altered kind of stock ATS sounds for the engine options, and obviously a C15 is one of those options, but I had to make sure I put in a proper engine mod here, that being the C15 ACERT, as far as I'm correct. That is the C15 version I selected. So it is about 550 horsepower today. So that is a pretty powerful engine, but it will work quite well with this cargo. I don't think it's, well, I mean, it's a heavy tractor, don't get me wrong. Let's see actually what is the weight. 44,000 pounds, or about pushing 45,000 pounds, I guess. So it's definitely got some heft to it. It is a 9RT. It is an absolutely massive tracked tractor. I guess not the biggest one that they make, but definitely a big piece of equipment overall. So wanted to make sure I had some power to go behind it, and I am just running a 13-speed Fuller transmission today, not the full 18-speed. Just to kind of get a little bit more run out in the revs here with this beautiful engine mod in full transparency. I just wanted to make sure I get a little bit more acceleration and deceleration action in the background, albeit I'm talking over a lot of it. I know some of you may not like that too much, but I am sorry. That is generally speaking the style of these videos. There are other great content creators out there that do not have any form of commentary if you just want to listen to the truck engines, but I like to do some commentary over it to fill in with some news that has been happening, if there has been any. And interesting enough, it has been a very quiet week in terms of news for ATS. It's really been just on the ETS2 side, which is absolutely fantastic, because in many ways it has been pretty quiet for ETS2 for some time. So it's great to see that there's a little bit more news on that front with various DLCs that will be coming out. However, on the ATS side of things, since we're doing the previous video with the 1960 Peterbilt 351 mod that I did, just trying to remember off the top of my head, it was there's really hasn't been anything. I was able to summarize some of the big news that happened leading up to that video, meaning the confirmation of California Rework Phase 4 and a few other things as well, but really nothing in terms of ATS since then. So, well, we're here today and just kind of exploring this wonderful section of Texas, and then of course now we're kind of getting into Clovis. So it's going to be getting close to that New Mexico border, which I'm sure we'll see some signs for if I haven't already missed them, which I don't believe I have, but potentially I just did. I don't know. We'll find out. Go ahead and comment down below if I have missed it, because I probably have. But yeah, no, it's Oh, there we go. Actually, welcome to New Mexico. Never mind. Stop writing those comments. I didn't miss it. That's actually really funny. It'll be interesting as we go along here to see the difference, if there is much of a difference in quality. Obviously, this has kind of been blended because of the Texas DLC, so this is all still kind of not older ATS. However, as we get out of Clovis, as far as I know, closer to Roswell, we should be getting into the slightly less reworked areas, unless I am completely forgetting something, which I do apologize if I am. We should be getting to the slightly older sections and outdated map areas, so it will be interesting to see the transition there. Obviously, Texas is now not even the most up-to-date map DLC by any means. However, it is still a very detailed map expansion, and really isn't showing its age considering the quality level that SES Software is running now. They've been quite consistent with just delivering high quality products, which is very nice to see. I just gotta love these engine mods. They're just so good. I mean, I know I'm talking over it, but I do my very best to make sure that it is mixed quite well in the background for all of you to be able to enjoy it as well. It is just absolutely beautiful to actually kind of feel like a proper engine in a truck. I mean, ATS has gotten pretty good with some of the newer trucks, albeit most of the newer trucks are more of the highway kind of kings, basically. They're for fuel efficiency, and so they don't really have much grunt to them. But in terms... Oh, well, there's a Jeep over there. I was going to start going, but I'm not paying attention. We got to get over here, though. So I will try and make my way over. There's not a whole lot of grunt there. So it just doesn't feel, you know, the same. And the quality of the depths, mainly with the noise of the exhaust and the turbo, just isn't quite there, the fullness of an engine. Now, sometimes these engine mods are a little bit more blown out or exaggerated, shall I say. I mean, I will admit to that. But the ones with Slav Jerry are just so good. They're so realistic. They just sound so good. I can't say any more about it. I've used them plenty. They're all free on the Steam Workshop, obviously. There are plenty of versions, this being the CAT C15 ACERT. As far as I know, it's a big old acronym. A lot of these engines have some various versions and numbers and naming conventions that kind of relate but also don't. So if I do mess it up at times, please, I do apologize, and please forgive me. But that's okay. It's a very, very good pairing, I think, today, obviously, with the truck. The interior is very much a more modern Kenworth interior. Obviously, I changed out the steering wheel just to kind of add an extra touch to it. But the exterior of the truck looks really good overall. And yeah, I can't really complain about it. And pairing it with a great engine mod like this, it just looks and kind of drives really nicely as well. Obviously, no performance impact that I have ever noticed with this mod using it in the past, nor right now. Car, what are you doing? Oh my word. I'm a truck. I'm trying to swing out around the corner so I don't cut the corner, and then of course you're gonna like... I mean, I get it. I was drifting into the other lane, okay? I mean, I'll fully admit that, but you see a truck swinging out, generally speaking, when they take a corner, they go slightly into the other lane, even if they're going to try and stay in the left lane. Not always, but because of the traffic I had on my right-hand side, I guess I could have probably done a better work at the intersection. I'm not going to take full blame for that. However, that just seemed to be like typical human, not... Somehow the AI is so realistic. Just not being patient, not being courteous, just... try and butt your way out in front of a truck that's making a corner with a low boy with a massive tractor on the back. Just try. I mean, yes, there was no one on the inside trying to turn left, come the other direction. Probably could have then used a bit more of that crossed over, but I'm trying to do it with a little bit more realistically. AI, gotta love it. Gotta love it, indeed. Somehow so realistic. And I'm not even a real-life trucker, but I see those... I see those people do this in real life, and I just think to myself, why are you doing that to the truckers? A little bit of common courtesy, and forget about truckers. Doing it to other people. Just, like, 1 second. Just let the truck, for example, that situation, let me go through. Just straighten up, and then feel free to pull out. You don't have to, like, go out at the exact same time as I'm trying to make kind of the main critical section of my corner, where yes, I'm going to be out a little bit more to try and swing out and around. That's a big old rant that could honestly go on, and I'm sure a lot of you truckers experience this frequently. I know you do, most likely, which is unfortunate, but the way it is. Another train to our right-hand side. I do believe there's actually a realistic train lengths mod, and I've been kind of drifting all over the place today. I do apologize for the people surrounding me. I'm a bit of a hazard. I do believe there's a more realistic train lengths mod that is available out there, so that would be very interesting to see. A little bit of engine mod, or engine braking, sorry. Of course, using the engine mod, but engine braking action today, always good. I do believe what I was going to say. I do believe there's a realistic train lengths mod that I've kind of seen kicking around on the Steam Workshop. I think that would be actually a very good addition to the game. I don't know how long they make the train, or it makes the trains, but all the trains in ATS, especially the cargo trains primarily, are way too short. Given that what a real life train would be. they simply put, most American freight trains are extremely long. I know as a Canadian, most of our freight trains, just general North America, they are extremely long. I'm pretty sure in Europe, actually, a lot of the freight trains are a decent length as well. However, not the case here in ATS and or ETS2 for that matter. I get that it's the performance thing for the game, trying to make sure that it stays, consistent for everyone. But still, there should be a little bit of, there should be hopefully a little bit of, more realistic train lengths there. It'd be fantastic to have more than just a train that's what is that, 6 or 7, maybe 8 cars long. There's 6, 7, 8, yeah. 8 cars plus the locomotive. That's like a 1% of a lot of freight trains. Oh, the skybox is doing something weird. Yeah, that whatever. We'll leave it as we move around some of the older sections. I have a feel. Oh, sorry, just drifted across the road again. If we go across some of the older sections, I think there's some, interesting things with view distances as well, to a certain degree. I am all over the place today. I don't get it. I don't. Why am I doing this? I don't know. I have no idea. Look at me go. Is there a drift in my steering wheel? Oh my word, I think there's a drift in my steering wheel. I don't think it's calibrated correctly. There we go. There's the problem, because I was thinking I have it dead straight. There, I'll put it dead straight for you. Yeah, it's got a pull. It's got to pull. My Logitech wheel, for whatever reason, is pulling a little bit. I guess it didn't calibrate correctly. I thought it did, but maybe it didn't center itself correctly. So it's just ever so slightly off. So trying to turn left, I'm actually pretty much straight here, and it's just ever so slightly going left. Yeah, so the center bit is not really that accurate. There's a lot of slop. Okay, well that's a little bit interesting, when it would explain the constant drifting back and forth to a certain degree at very least. Anyways, it was pretty overcast, honestly, today as we were moving across. Obviously starting to clear up a little bit here as we're in New Mexico, but it's kind of interesting how very much cloudy and overcast it was in Texas. Yeah, something that I wasn't honestly expecting to have that much with the delivery. It was sunny earlier when I was setting stuff up, and then it just went overcast quite quickly, which I guess could happen. But still, it was kind of interesting. I was hoping to have a little bit more of a sunny delivery, but at least it's cleared up a little bit, which is all fine, and I'm not going to complain too much. Now, I do believe we are getting close to Roswell now. At least we should be, given that we are well past Clovis and working our way down to the Roswell area. Beautiful scenery though here in ATS, even though it's starting to clear up a little bit and there's still clouds in the horizon, and it's going to be getting, well, I guess it's just after 7 o'clock in game, so it's starting to get a little bit more into the evening. It is still absolutely wonderful to be back in this area. Something that I really should have done earlier, to be honest, but I didn't. I kind of neglected that, so I do apologize for that one. For those who enjoy the who enjoy the New Mexico region, I've got to just go back to some of the older areas as well. I tried to do that more recently with California. Obviously, speaking on the topic of California Rework Phase 4, kind of made that connection there. But it's, or at least in around the times of California Rework, going back to that area. But visiting, you know, the likes of Nevada, Arizona, yes, some of them have been, some cities have been reworked kind of periodically, but not all of the areas have been, and sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on what's kind of around, and I've got to kind of go back to some of those areas, even up into, honestly, the northwestern states of like Washington, for example, Oregon. Gotta go back up there, do a couple extra deliveries, maybe some logging deliveries up there, or maybe even, I've been thinking, oh, I gotta make a left. Oh boy. We just made a really wide turn, okay? We just made a really wide turn to make the corner. That's the excuse. Ah, gee. My navigation skills shown at its best. All right, we are delivering here. I don't need to indicate again. Don't know what I'm doing. There's our delivery point, and it is a beautiful. Got to make your way past the trailer situation because someone parked a tiny little trailer in our way, which is absolutely wonderful. I do appreciate them doing that. Always appreciate a very simple reverse. So we're gonna make our way back this way here. Utilize these true FOV mirrors. Gotta come back this way a bit more because I didn't quite get the angle of attack 100% correct. So if I rotate my way back, okay, we're pretty good now. I at least can see on this side, which is fantastic. It's what I like to have. Now, if I check on this side, I've got clearance, which is fantastic. So we're gonna just kind of keep working our way back here. We are gonna let it get pretty close to the trailer. I didn't adjust my mirrors though, so classic, classic Prime Simulation move there. It's gonna be tight because, oh, we don't actually go too much farther. I should have adjusted my mirrors. Please, everyone, make sure you adjust your mirrors when you're reversing in real life or anytime when you're driving. Make sure you adjust your mirrors accordingly. I did not. In haste trying to get stuff set up, I guess. I just overlooked it somehow. No, I thought I did adjust them. Oh, I adjusted the mirrors before I put the mod back in. Ah, that's it. Alright, well, I guess I could have probably adjusted the angle of attack to get this fully in. But honestly, that's pretty good. In real life, I would ask them to move said trailer. Just push it back into the barn and twist it a little bit. So we're going to call it there. Thank you all so much for watching. What a fantastic episode. Great to be driving this truck once again. Fantastic mod. It's been quite a bit of time, but it's great to be driving it again. Obviously paired with a number of great mods, and it was really cool to haul a piece of John Deere equipment. Obviously a massive tractor like this is always very interesting to haul around, and it's a little bit different compared to what we've done more recently. Obviously comment down below if you have any other ideas for videos you'd like to see me do, or if you have particular mods, obviously let me know what you'd like to see me create a video on. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.